Them niggas lost to these niggas. Oh, yeah. Can't move. What the fuck? Bruh. For sure. Yeah, we can go. Shit looks retarded, bro. That shit, that shit is funny. The TV and the PlayStation. Yeah. Disconnected. I'll do it. Stop. What do you have clothes over there? Okay, right here. can feel the pain in my eyes. Feeling like I'm about to relapse. That's my God, that's my love. Bitch, I'm already dead.
Bushcamp Dad gets a gift from Cypher PK. Okay, Cypher, I will do that. Get that room.
I got a 90 vertical? What the fuck? Take that out later. Nah, chef. But it dragged me in, so at that point I was like, fuck it, I'll just try it. They should have shot it off already. Wow, that wouldn't be a fucking foul. Feel my wings around you. We played a dude. The dude in the red. We played him already. Oh, I didn't recognize him. Mm-hmm. I thought you were gonna shoot that. I was trying to go down there for the board. Mm-hmm. So you were at a funeral? That's funny. I think so. Yeah, a long time ago, my dad. People told me stories about that. I mean, I've seen it too. Me and my dad, before my dad died, when I was like 7. So like, we used to go. You know where Redwood City is, right? Okay, so we from East Palo Alto, so we would drive from East Palo Alto to Redwood City or Menlo Park, Redwood City. But he had a girlfriend in Redwood City, and he had another one. You went down, it's what, like Belmont, had another one over there. So we would go to the little taco spot, El Gran, so you can look it up. So El Gran say it's on El Camino. No, I'm sorry, not El Camino. On Middlefield, and the house was like 2 blocks down, or like two houses down, and then there's the restaurant. This motherfucker would lead me there, give me a bunch of coins, and then there was like a machine where you could just kind of race. And so I'll just be stuck there for like, an hour or two, whatever. That's why this nigga did what he got to do. And then we would go home, right? And then he'd be like, "Oh, don't say this, don't say that." Nigga, what's the first thing a little kid's gonna do when you tell them don't do this? Mom, that lady made me this type of food. No, no, you're a little kid. You don't know any better, bro. So my dad was it was funny. And then the house in Belmont, that lady she was cool. I met her now as an adult. It's funny. Like I was like at a Bank of America. I don't know why I had Bank of America. I think I was going in there to cash a check or something. But she was in line, and she kept staring at me, and then it dawned on me who she was, and then I was like, oh. I turned around, looked at her, I looked at the kids, and I was like, oh, this nigga looked like him. That little girl looked like him. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I was like, these niggas is my stepbrothers, right? But I just kind of played it up, and then I looked at her and I was like, "You're so and so, huh?" And she kind of like paused and she was like, "Oh, how do you know?" And I was like, "Oh, is these so and so sons?" And then she kind of didn't want to answer, and I was like, "Oh, well, it was nice meeting you." And then I kind of just dipped out, right? Didn't say nothing to her. The lady in I don't know why I was gonna say Bakersfield, but Belmont, she was a whole different story because she was black, right? So but it kind of frowned upon a lot of black people, bro. I'm not gonna lie, but black woman, which was kind of like I don't understood that. I never understood that. So there's a sister out there that's half black and half Salvadorian that I have. Well, not I have, but she's my stepsister, right? But I've just never met her like that, like that. Same. Well, they ain't got the same mom. Same, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but see, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But yeah, even then, bro, like I don't know. I was raised differently, bro. Like I hated them, bro. I resented them a lot, bro, because my dad used to give them money and we lived like shit. You get what I'm saying? So like for me, it was different. Like I hated them. I used to hear stories about him having like wives in El Salvador and all this shit, and how when these girls came, because I don't know why, but I guess my sisters and other people helped them come over here to the United States and whatnot. And they used to brag how my dad used to take them dolls and all this shit. So one day I'm standing there and I'm like, oh yeah, well, go. My dad's dead now. I was like, go get him and tell him to send you some fucking dolls in, bitch. I went off on her. Like crazy went off on her because I hated her. I hated them. I was a teenager. I was a teenager. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I still don't talk to them, bro. They don't talk. They don't fuck with me because I'm an asshole, bro. I'll say it straight up. Like I'll tell her how it is. Like, oh yeah, he send you this. Go call him right now. Oh, okay, then shut the fuck up. Type of shit. Like I don't want to hear his shit because he didn't do shit. Like he did do shit for me, but like the way I viewed him, I idolized him, bro. And to see other people idolize him in a different way, bro, it just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, no, no. When the fuck was he sweet? Because all I saw was him throwing shit against the wall and pushing my mom, punching my mom, pulling a pistol on her, and all this fucking crazy shit. What the fuck is what world were you living in? What box were you fucking in? I was should stay with you. Mm-hmm. So like I. Oh, hmm. But in that time it was acceptable, bro, because it's different, right? There ain't no fucking cell phones to go call on each other. There ain't no fucking like I'm gonna drive over there and fucking find you, type of shit. Or it's yellow book, like you know what I mean? It's like hit and miss type of shit, bro. Like I remember, like I used to tell him too. It's like, so you got like two families, and he would try to explain it to me, right? He's like, yeah, I got one over here, one over here. You can do that. I was like, yeah, that's not fucking how this works. But yeah, sure, whatever, Brody. And so like I grew up with the mindset like I'm gonna stick and ride die with one family. Like I don't if you're starting the whole second family, because you hated the first one. That's the way I looked at it, right? And I was like, oh, he hated us. So like for a long time, I resented him. I idolized him, but I resented him because I was like, well, you didn't really love us, bro. Like you prefer drinking, you prefer. Oh fuck! I tried to hit this. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Like now, like I don't care if I meet them, but trust me, like I look at it now, I'm like, man, I should have been a little nicer. I should have at least tried to. What if I need a kidney? What if I need this? Them niggas is related, bro. I can get a kidney over there for Fritos. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to explain it, but That's just my thought process. Like maybe I should have just been a little nicer. I met one of my stepbrothers. He's the oldest. He's not the oldest one, but he's the oldest of the boys. Like as far as boys, he's the one that's like in his. He's about to be 40. So like he's as a boy. Like I'm the second one, right? And he's the first one. And it's a big ass story with him. And the way I met him, like he had his own shit. He had his own stuff. But he idolized my dad because he met him in a different view. So like hearing his stories, it was kind of cool because it was like his view was different, completely different than everyone else. And I was like, you're more fucking humble than all these fucking idiots. This is exactly what I like to hear. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like he knew what was up, and I think he understood his mom. I spoken to his mom. His mom was. I was like, oh, why didn't I meet you sooner? Like, what the fuck? Like, you was hella nice. Like, you really not. And she had hella stories to tell. Like, I was just like, now I know why he always wanted to go to El Salvador all the fucking time and always went. Like, it makes shit started added up a little bit better. My sister's on a whole different level. They idolize them too. They view my stepsisters differently. My stepbrothers and shit. I think like the youngest one is like 20. No, well, he'd probably be the same age as my brother, so probably like 24, 25. One of those. My brother's 25, so well, about to be 25 in January, and then so yeah, I think 24. But yeah, it's just weird. I know that one lady was pregnant when my dad died, and nobody knew about that but me, and like I knew it because I met the lady before the last time we were together, type of shit, and I seen her. You could tell when somebody's pregnant. She ain't fat. Like I knew she wasn't fat. That was something was in there for surely. But to this to this day, yeah, something was in there. You know what I mean? And I never got. That's the only one that I didn't get to meet, and I'm pretty sure she probably moved on and all that bullshit. But it's tough knowing that he decided to choose other families and start two or three families with somebody else, which I get now as an adult, bro. I just think to fucking do. It's like how you when you were saying slang that shit, I was like thinking of him, like oh, it's totally fucking him. But that's what they. Well, that was the thing to do. I mean, back in the day, how was it? The same way. So I like it's funny how like my grandparents used to talk about it, like oh you can only have one family, bro. All y'all did was like I told my mom, I was like, you guys are 11. You guys have a whole soccer team. All y'all did was fuck. All my grandparents did was fuck. So I don't want to hear none of that shit. Like we started young. So I was 18 when turned 19 when I had my daughter. I was just like, bro, you guys started off when you were 15. Get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here. My mom was 15 when she had her first daughter, like my older sister. The fuck? Like my stepdad, like the one that she's with right now, it's the same age as my sister. And I used to tell my mom, I was like, that's weird. Like that could be your son right there. What the fuck? Like you get what I'm saying? But like, whatever. You know what I mean? He treated me right. He treated me the way I expected it. I just didn't see it that way. Like it took me a while to realize that. You know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly, exactly. Even though he was taking me to Toys R Us, buying me Yu-Gi-Oh cards, even though he would take me to go do landscaping, so I would go do landscaping with him, and then so it felt like I was with my dad, to be honest. But like in my head, like I knew that this nigga can't tell me what to do. This nigga, you know what I mean? But it took a while. Like now, I fucking that motherfucker were to ask me right now for a fucking anything, I would fucking do it. In a heartbeat. But that's just the love. Like it's funny too. His birthday's on the 6th. Today's my cousin's anniversary of his death. So it's like it's crazy. It's a crazy. I hate. I'll be honest with you. I hate December because there's so much death and there's so much couple birthdays and then you know what I mean. So like it's my stepdad's birthday on the 6th. The 4th was my cousin, and then that same cousin, his birthday's on the 23rd, and then my dad's birthday's on the 31st, and then one of our aunties died. I think on the 16th. Don't quote me on it. I gotta think about it for a minute. But I know it was like in the middle of December. So I remember we for like a whole week. You know how Hispanics are, bro. For a whole week they go pray and shit. We would go do that. And it was funny too. When my dad died, I didn't know what the fuck death meant. I didn't know what that was. I didn't realize that until like I was 12, 13. What that really meant. Like, oh, they're not coming back. Oh, they're never coming back. Oh, I got broke down crying because I realized in that moment, nigga, he's never coming back. That's why mom moved on. That's why this nigga's in the house. So I became hella angry over that shit because I was like, who the fuck is this nigga, bro? And my little stepbrother was born, or my brother, basically. And that was a whole case. You know, my brother had like heart problems. So, like, for the first almost 2 years, he was in the hospital. And so, like, 3 days after he was born, they operated his heart and shit. So, like, I see my mom be sad, depressed, and it low key fucked me up. Like, that's why, like, I'm kind of not. It's weird. Like, I just kind of go with the flow. People tell me why don't. It looks like I don't stress over problems. Like, I could get it. Like, I stress over problems, bro. But like, I just, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? Like, I've seen worse, and I know people are going worse. Like, I try to think of other people. Okay, what is this person going to? Nigga, imagine somebody right now having a heart attack and trying to figure this shit out. That family's fucking sad. So why the fuck should I care about me not having $100 to pay for 2K? Put it that way. Like, other things are more bigger than this shit. Oh, there you go. I could have sworn you looked gold when we won that game. Yeah, this part got dead quick on the flash. What the fuck happened? I think they wanted to close this fucking server, so they started pushing people out, bro. They had to have. Come to randoms. See if we can get randoms. See if we can get people to hop on. That was just way too fast for this fucking park to empty out. But anyways, what I was trying to get at though, I remember somebody telling me a story about kind of like how you said, and then I was like, oh really? So he was dead, and I was because I guess they thought that I didn't know. I was like, oh, do you know so and so? She's like, oh yeah, she's still a bitch. I was like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, okay. And then the big story that my dad they used to tell me about was he used to push stuff, and so like it's funny like my little brother never got to really meet my dad because he was like a year old when he died. But his girlfriend, right? His girlfriend right now, she's black. His girlfriend, her dad, my dad and him, he used to sell shit to them, and then vice versa. And so it was funny when my brother started dating her, and then he went to go meet him. He was like, "Oh, you so and so? Is this so and so your dad?" And he pulled out a picture with him and. Now, my dad rarely takes picture with black people because we always got robbed by black people. Bro. I'm just gonna say it the way it sounds. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to sound the way I sound, bro. But it just happened because back in the day, that's kind of how the fuck it was. You see niggas with chains. You see niggas like with money and shit. Like, come on now, don't take a rocket science to figure out that I'm gonna rob you. You know what I mean? So my dad resented them, but he had his customers. You know what I mean? And it happened to be one of them. So my brother started dating her, and like found out some stories. He started hearing some other stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's the world that I didn't want you to know about him. It's the one thing that I kind of kept away from you. And he was like, why? Because you would have looked at him a little differently. I sure as hell did. And I mean, what kind of picture did I paint for you? He's like, yeah, but that would have been cooler. No, I was like, yeah, but you like I low key made you start smoking weed. I showed you what this and this was. Look what you were doing. I already knew you had the head in the game for that shit. I didn't have the game for that. I didn't have the heart, bro. I didn't want to do it. But I knew people. What I would do, like what I would tell him. I didn't like selling nickels and dimes. If I'm gonna sell some shit, it's gonna be a whole fucking zip and just get rid of it quick as fuck. And like that's kind of how I started. I was getting 450 a zip for some fucking crystal and was just flipping that for like 800, and I was okay with that. Even though I could damn well make like a cool little bands. You know, she was yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm not. I didn't have the heart for that. I just need quick cash money. I was not about to sit there and, but this little nigga did. And so I started showing him and I started showing him how to break down everything. And then he was just like, how did you know? I was like, you don't want to know how I know. You know, I learned. There's one of our cousins that my dad taught him, then he taught me. And then I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm good off this world. That world was just crazy. To me, it's crazy, bro. You know, you can't wear blue or you can't wear red or you can't be here. You can't sell here. You got to talk to this nigga if you're going to sell right here. Like where I was growing up, because white people had it down right there, this little spot, right? And so, you know, I had to talk to so and so, so and so, just to get off the zip. And so, like, I was like, oh well, I'll sell it to you for 5. So I was just making $50, but they were, you know, that's their spot. You know, I ain't gonna sit there and sit in the corner. I ain't gonna get shot. Like, no, 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 no. But I'll go over here to Palo Alto where there's nobody's real territory, and I'll do what I got to do over here. But yeah, once my daughter came about, I just looked for quick cash in the city and houses, was selling fast, and then I stopped. And it was good that I stopped because the dude that I was getting in it, he ended up getting raided because I used to work at a club. He ended up getting raided at that club. And it's funny because he texted me, hey, don't come in. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I'll see you tomorrow then and I'll come to work. He's like, no, just don't show up for like the next month or so. And I was just like, fuck, well, I still need to get paid, right? You know? And so I remember I didn't get paid. And then once I found out what happened, the owner, he was like, here, I'm gonna pay you. He was mad because he knew what I was doing with his son. And I was like, oh, so you didn't, and I used to clown on him because I was like, he didn't know, bro? Like, nigga, we used to have niggas in the bathroom coming in and out, bro, I was selling dimes a shot, put it that way. This shit was crazy, bro. 20, if you were drunk as fuck and you were stupid enough to give it to me, bro, here's a key shot. Here's a key shot. Let me get that 20. Die. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, during that time, it was low key kind of fun, but I definitely didn't want to be part of that because it was just, I was going crazy with it, like low key. Like, I started, touching the little coke and then I liked the way it felt. And I was like, oh yeah, this is right. And then what really fucked me up was I got a zip of some crystal and the bag was kind of ripped. So some of it fell on my hand and that shit melted. That shit melted on me, bro. And I was like, I was stuck for like an hour. Like I felt like I was on a coke high, but like 10 times higher than that. I don't know how to explain it to you, bro. I've never smoked it. I've never done it, but it just felt like I would get the shivers, bro. And I still do to this day, right? Like because of it. But bro, I'm talking about it was nothing compared to the coke that I was doing. It was just a little bit. And that shit made my shit sweat. And that's all it took for me to like really, really sit there and think about it. I was like, yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm definitely good off fucking flipping this. And I remember everybody that used to hit me up was like, "What's up? What's up? Send me your plug." I was like, "I ain't sending you shit, and I ain't giving you shit." I was a hater. I was like, I did not want to see you win, bro, because I knew niggas was winning. I would see niggas with brand new cars, brand new fucking. I remember this one nigga had a Lexus. He put that nigga on phones. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I remember I got mad at him too. I was like, why are you doing that? Why are you buying big ass fucking wheels for this shitty ass car? Just went crazy on him. Next thing you know, he painted the car, he decked out the car. You just come down the block, bro. It's just like, bro, you something. I got you. No, no, no. Shouldn't have hit me right away. That's green right there. But didn't do nothing there. I was already pressing square too. Hey, but yeah, when I told my brother those little stories, he did look at me a little different after that because he was like, "Damn, I didn't know that side of that." And I was like, "Yeah, just try to keep it away, just the same way his mom tried to keep it away." And it worked out best for us. Look at us now. It's like shit. We haven't been shot up. We never really joined gangs. We don't. You know what I mean? We're neutral. People don't look at us funny. You know what I mean? Yeah, we fight and shit. You know, with random people, we fought a lot and shit, but you can't sit there and say we got to look over our fucking shoulders, bro. And I think that's what mom wanted for us, not to look over our fucking shoulders and be fucking scared of going down the fucking street. You know what I mean? I know I got friends that can't even walk down the street because they fucking scared, bro. Fuck, I saw this rebound. I got you. Hit that. Take the two, bro. Not I got you. There it is. No way, bro. No way. We should have taken the two. Good shit, bro. Take the two. Take the two. I got a bad feeling. We could try to hit the three, though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna try. You wanted the two. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's play some defense. No threes. Yeah, they didn't want to give me that step back. I'm gonna give up that too, bro. I'm gonna just play hard because I know that nigga got some type of takeover boost. There it is. Yeah. Good shit. Good shit, bro. Don't hear what they have to say. Yo, good game, fellas. Good game. I low key thought you guys had us. Good game, good game. Damn, you had 4 fouls. Holy shit. I'm surprised you didn't foul out. Way to not press square. Crazy, man. I'll give props when it's due. Damn, I went 0 for 2 trash. I should shut the fuck up. 0 for 2. Fuck. Hopefully that motivates them to come back around. Try to hype them up in a good way. Mm-hmm. At least that team. At least that team. I was able to get 2 times rep off that. It's funny. That was the last game. That was it. 2 hours gone by. I didn't even